Okay, so welcome to Thursday's training tips. So recently, the last couple of weeks really, I've been working with a few reactive dogs, and often some of the words that I've heard when the owners have talked to me about the dog being dominant, the dog being aggressive, all those kind of things. But actually, I want to throw that on his head and say, actually, most of the dogs I've been working with for reactivity have actually been really scared and they've been very fearful. So they're cueing into that fear response. And one of the things that I've noticed is that we tend to feed into that fear response. So when people are scared, if you get lots of people together in there and one person's scared, it's kind of almost infectious. And then everyone starts to get scared, and that kind of energy, that fear energy, starts to envelop everybody around there, right? The same thing happens for a dog. When a dog gets scared, they kind of feed off our energy. Now, whether it's the dog that's scared of the other dog because we're scared of the interaction they're going to have, I mean, that remains to be seen. But certainly when a dog's scared, their energy, we can feed into that, we can make that energy worse. And we can do that by interacting with them, by saying, you know, there's a good boy, all those kind of things, you know, come here, or we can be aggressive at them. Either way, we're just feeding energy into their little system, into their little world, and that's just going to make their reaction 10 times worse. So, the training tip for today, if you have a dog that's reactive, and this isn't going to solve reactivity because we're still looking at why they're reactive in the first place, but it's going to help you to not seem or not be so frustrated and possibly embarrassed with your dog. If your dog is kicking off, turn away from the dog, make sure they're secure, make sure you've got them on the lead secure, turn away and start focusing on something else. But most important thing, don't speak to them, be quiet, right? I always say think of your feet. If you do that for long enough and the behaviour is not totally ingrained and you're not too close to the trigger, i.e. the other dog, then your dog's going to start to think, well, what's going on? And you're not going to add energy to their system. The dog's going to end up then looking and seeing what you're doing, right? They'll start to mirror you. They'll say what's happening, and they'll start to take their focus away from the scary trigger and then focus it on you. And that's when you say good boy and walk away. Yeah? So, tip is don't feed into their systems, right? Create your own system and let them feed into yours.